So that's kind of the best argument is like functionally we're engaged in self-defense here. Now, my answer to that is twofold. Number one, it's quite clear that states are allowed under international law to do things that are unfriendly and even harmful to each other without triggering the right of self-defense. When the UN Charter was adopted, there were ways of thinking about would there be things other than armed attacks that might justify the right of self-defense. And the idea was like, no, we just spent 2 centuries watching states use force to settle their grievances with one another. And we don't want to allow that to happen anymore. So we're really going to limit states' rights to use force in self-defense only in response to kinetic armed force operations. And the harmful introduction of drugs into the United States by Venezuelan drug gangs doesn't qualify. It just doesn't amount to an armed attack. It's not a use of force. The second problem is just a factual one. Again, the second problem is a factual one, which is when we cite the harm that the United States is suffering as a result of illegal drugs, the harm is caused by fentanyl, right? We're talking about deaths that are caused by fentanyl, and there's just really no evidence whatsoever that Venezuela is a source country for this fentanyl. I looked at the indictment of Nicolas Maduro, right, that the Justice Department had issued. The word fentanyl does not appear once in that indictment, right? It's like a 20-page, 30-page document, right? The word fentanyl is not there. Even the U.S. government isn't claiming in its legal documents that Maduro is a source of fentanyl. So I think the kinds of harmful drugs that are coming from Venezuela to the United States, the factual basis for treating this as the equivalent to an armed attack, I think even if there were a legal argument, and there is not in my mind, the factual foundations for that argument don't exist. So, the U.S. has claimed that under U.S. law, we have the right to enforce our arrest warrants in a foreign country. That might be true as a matter of U.S. law, but it's quite clearly not true as a matter of international law. And again, it's just worth thinking, like, what if Venezuela, had indicted Donald Trump and, had sent in a commando team to arrest him? Now, could they have gotten away with it? No, right? But would we have said like, oh, well, I guess if it's legal under Venezuelan law, it's okay with us. You can invade our country and capture our leaders. Of course not. We would have been outraged. We would have been indignant. And that contrast between the way we react to what this would have happened if it had been done to us compared to the justification we're offering for doing it to another country suggests to me that this is not a policy which is grounded in law. It's a policy which is grounded in power. It's might makes right. If I can do this, then I can. And I don't need to have a legal justification.